Hello, mortals and immortals. Michael here, and first and foremost, I'm going to say I am not an expert on this topic, but here are some theories of which to ponder upon. Martial arts, fighting, so on and so forth. The using of the hands, fists, weapons, and stuff to hurt or save things. One of the big things I hear people talk on is so silly to me. Like, oh, strength and power doesn't matter in a fight. It's how you use your techniques and chi and stuff to know where to hit on the certain places of which to make the most damage, and the weakest can always take down the strongest. That's what I always hear. Every person that is just weak or small or tiny or just, well, I'm not even talking about small or tiny, whatever. Just weak people always think that they can beat the biggest and most powerful because they know something that they others don't know because they can't learn it too. Silly. Silly brains. Monkey troglodyte brained. Think upon this. Your explosive power, your strength, and the weight you have behind your hits matters just as much as your technique in a way, because one can outweigh the other. As in, say this guy that is half as strong with twice as much technique as the guy that is twice as strong with half the much technique fight. In a way, it's equal, but in a way it's not, because usually the guy that's a lot stronger can take more hits. They have higher bone density. They're just stronger in general. Their body is stronger. The training and stuff, what you do to power up, also powers up how hard you could be hit. Get it? So, why not work on both to the max degree? Even Bruce Lee constantly worked on how hard he can hit. His muscle, he even tried to gain weight. It's just he trained so much he couldn't gain much weight. He ate a lot. He was trying to build muscle. He did all these show muscle type of workouts that everyone thinks muscle can't do anything. And you know what? In a way, I agree, because it's not really the muscle as much. It is the nervous system that generates the power and how much you can use that muscle. It is, but of course the muscle is weight and energy to be held onto. And it's deflective. It's kind of like your armor in a way. So, I've always, trained in a way, because I want to get into MMA and all this stuff at some point in time. Hopefully very soon. But I want to join when they have a untested federation, so it could be like, how hard can people really hit? How hard can people really get hit? How big can these guys stay? How powerful can they be in this ring? Sounds like heaven. Let the superhumans battle. But, yeah. For the milk jug, they battle. The fight never ends. But, yeah. So, I would rather get hit by the guy that has twice as much technique than the guy that is twice as strong as him. Because guess what? That one hit is what really matters the most in that situation. But, of course, one can outweigh the other. And speed also, of course, another playing factor, which, becomes with explosiveness. That's speed. That's how much you could generate at once. That's the speed of your hit. And then the other speed is your agility to move around and all this stuff. But that also derives from explosiveness. So, why not work on all assets and facets of the human body, Just like, I'm not even a bodybuilder. I'm not a powerlifter. I'm not a calisthenics athlete. I'm not a football player. I'm not a maybe a martial artist in a way. Yes, yes. I am not any of these things. I take piece of all of them and their benefits, and I try to find the best parts of each, and also the parts I need, which help me get rid of my lacks, you know. And also, of course, I want to look good doing it. But I think getting no muscle is show muscle unless it's muscle that can't be used to an extreme degree, you know. A bigger muscle could be a stronger muscle. It can generate more force if you make it do that. Like, as in, I will never train just like, oh, the lightest stuff in the perfect form all the time. No, I always start my workouts, you know, heavy, just as possible almost, unless my tendons are feeling kind of iffy. Balls to the walls, explosive. And then throughout the workout, like a little bit into it, I'll start doing more rep work, but still moving pretty good, you know. Trying to build the muscle a bit, but still trying to get able to move some weight fast. Move it good. And then at the end, I will really work on my hypertrophy type building. Just like, you know, be really controlled. Yeah, and I'll mostly do that for muscles that I want to grow more than the others. And to force blood and all the other nutrients and all the other growth factors into those areas, you know, like, say for instance, my arms. I have never liked how my arms have been not too big compared to my body as I want them to be. So yes, I do train my arms with more volume, and I still do my really heavy stuff in the beginning, but I do more of the other stuff. But also, with my arm stuff, I do practice punching, stuff like that, just explosiveness in general, technique. All of that is good. But you know what the main thing to fighting really is? Like, you know, it's experience. But of course, some guy that is 5 times as strong as you with no experience, they're probably still gonna win. Like, you know, unless you get lucky or you dumbfounded them, you tricked them, you hit them when they weren't looking, so on and so forth. But think about this. If that guy that was 5 times as strong as you even got 2 times more technique than he had or better, not gonna be good, buddy. Just like, you know, let's take it to this. This is silly, but it's nice. It's really, it's, you know, it's not a real source of knowledge upon this, but think about, you know, Dragon Ball Z. They were always trying to get stronger, power up. They were working out while they were doing their fights. They were doing all that because, you know what? You can constantly fight, but yeah, it's going to be a lot more to heal from. You're going to be getting hit. You're going to be hitting. It's not really always the biggest bang for your buck because, you know, it's good to sometimes just really be able to work on your strength instead of getting hit so you don't have to heal both. And God knows it's going to be way harder to heal a broken jaw than a sore bicep or a sore shoulder to throw your hits, whatever. So grow your armor. Make your armor as fast and explosive as possible. Make it as usable as possible. And get your movements as mentally in sync as possible. Get your instincts up to move, to fight, to counteract. So don't be just show, be go, be show, be everything. Why limit yourself to one, if any? Why? Why is there always a limit? Oh, I did this, so I can't do that. Yeah. The way most people think. Oh, yeah. But also, on that note, specificity is a good thing. If you know how to specify in something that will get you the most bang out of your buck and help everything else at the same time. And then, when you've banged all that buck, you do the other things. And you gotta mix them around because you gotta also experiment and learn more things. And maybe you missed out on the thing that you needed most because you never know everything. I never know everything. all we are ever looking for is the more true. What is a better method? There will always be a better method. So find out the methods and find out the best ones and beat the hell out of them and do them the most you can. And then experiment the rest of the time. You know, just do everything. Your body is so much more advanced than you will ever know or believe. So, just watch it go. Make it grow. Live like a enthusiastic child about learning. It's mostly what is going to drive your body and your mind and your abilities is how much you love it, or how much you think you need it, or how much you hate something. I don't care about your motivation or what it is. I don't care if you are getting as powerful as possible just for revenge. Guess what? You're trying way harder than the other people that have less motivation or less drive or less discipline for it. And guess what? Motivation is also very fleeting. Do it whether you are motivated or not. Do it if you hate lifting your pinky out of bed at night or in the morning. Do it. It's discipline. Are you going to keep going? Or is other people going to keep going and you're just going to watch them do it? What do you want to be? On the side of the sheep or on the side of the lions? I know what I want to be. The dragon. Just a lot of energy as usual. I love it because I have a lot of energy, because I have enthusiasm in the way I love my life and how I've lived it, you know. I just love to progress. So, let's keep on progressing. Let's martial arts. Let's just martial it artfully, man. Signing out, dude.